We're just here to read a letter to Miss Maria Bridgman and here outside the HSE buildings. This is regarding the post-COVID-19 injection excess deaths. To whom it may concern, we have come here today as deeply concerned men and women of éiRe to make a public plea to all HSE staff to speak up about the now known dangers of the COVID-19 injections. Since the rollout of the COVID-19 injection in 2021, there has been a horrific increase in excess deaths in every village, in every town and in every county in éiRe. Excess death statistics are a measurement of the difference between the actual all-cause mortality and the expected mortality under normal conditions. This is a gold standard for evaluating the health of a nation. A number of different calculation methods can be used, and the statistics we present to you here today were determined using a 5-year rolling average method. These figures are analysed from RIP.ie, which is recognised by the General Register's Office and the General Statistics Office as a real-time measure of mortality in Ireland. There is a chart and a table provided here, which I won't read, but I'll just let you know that the above chart indicates more than 18,800 post-COVID-19 injection excess deaths. These numbers represent souls who died prematurely. Many of them were misled and betrayed. Some even died alone in hospitals with no final family comfort. Oh geez, sorry now. Oh. We are pointing out to you that there is a large amount of validated information freely available in the public domain. This includes manufacturing safety data from the producers of the COVID-19 injections, highlighting that they actually knew these injections were never safe. All relevant regulatory bodies now admit that the COVID-19 injections have already caused millions of deaths, as well as maiming hundreds of millions of people worldwide. There are also data-backed studies proving the correlation between the COVID-19 injections and post-injection excess deaths. We have provided you with several links that prove these statements. During the coronavirus pandemic, there was no officially approved treatment for COVID diagnosis. The COVID-19 injection was marketed as a prophylactic medicine, not as a cure. This injection was a new technology pharmaceutical that was still in the experimental product phase. Therefore, it was of the utmost importance to monitor, record and evaluate all the effects, both beneficial and harmful, of this novel and experimental pharma product. Somehow, the basic logic and common sense of these safety measures were ignored by most medical professionals. It is difficult for people who don't work in mainstream medicine to understand how this could possibly happen. We have been led to believe that each professional has been trained, certified and approved to carry out their responsibilities. Some medical professionals are authorised to make life-impacting decisions for people in vulnerable conditions. The whole system relies on public trust in the individuals who work within this system. A civilised society should feel safe in the knowledge that our medical professionals, our healthcare assistants, our hospital directors, our ministers for health and our medical administrators do their basic duty to observe medical realities, to report medically pertinent facts and to speak up when they become aware of any post-COVID-19 injection deaths and harms, and also to relate these things honestly and respectfully to patients. But public trust has been eroded enormously, because we can see that something very wrong is happening. It seems impossible to find a medically sound rationale for this injection, and yet the HSE is still offering it. And so many of the personnel that are dealing directly with the post-injection harms and deaths are not speaking up. Bad things happen when good people stay silent. It appears that the culture in mainstream medicine is such that most professionals blindly adhered to the dominating corona hysteria of 2020, as well as the unquestioned pro-injection groupthink that followed. They continued to look patients in the eye and deny the painful injection realities. Very few individuals seem to have employed a basic form of scientific process, sound critical thinking, or morally compatible decision-making processes. Discerning onlookers who became alarmed at the situation have called for medical personnel to merely apply common sense. If ruling bodies are imposing a top-down code of silence on COVID-19 injection reactions, then it is morally incumbent on individuals within the HSE to reach out to colleagues and exchange experiences, observations and professional opinions on the post-injection realities that they are witnessing. If in 2021 groups of medical staff had come together and spoke up and done the right thing, so many injuries and deaths could have been prevented. We are appealing to any medical staff who did not speak out when they should have, to note that the COVID-19 injections are still being offered. And if the HSE continues to censor the facts about injection harms, more people will be maimed and killed. Most of you have been taught and studied about Nuremberg 1. It is intolerable that the medical industry continues to behave like drones on autopilot, and that it has taken non-medical people to highlight that which you know. What are you doing? Do you expect to just keep going on as if nothing has happened, when almost 20,000 people, including miscarried babies, have been killed in éiRe? The main issue now is that ordinary people are so dumbfounded by the fact that the medical professionals continue to dig their heels in, to inject, to ignore deaths, to bully those who spoke the truth, to turn the whole concept of medicine on its head. Instead of healing, there is killing and injuring. This appears to be a modern day eugenics, and it is very difficult for non-medical people to get their head around this idea. You have completely abused the trust and authority of your position. It is nothing short of evil that has become normalised by the medical industry. There aren't really any excuses when you consider that so many people all around Ireland could not ignore their consciences and took it upon themselves to research the science and the corporate power dynamics behind this injection. These caring people began to work hard to inform others of the pertinent facts and data. It has become painfully obvious that so many medical professionals do not want to hear the truth, and that they do not want their authority questioned. Notwithstanding this, we would like to acknowledge the HSE staff who did think and acted ethically during this time. It is a sad indictment of contemporary society that so many caring people who spoke up have endured financial, psychological and social repercussions for doing the right thing, while mainstream medicine insisted that everyone should do the wrong thing. Each medical professional still has the duty to do the right thing, even if they have neglected to do so up until now. You have a duty to prevent more injuries and deaths. If the governing bodies continue to promote the injection and to conceal the harms, then it is imperative, natural and proper for concerned medical professionals to come together, form alliances and take the correct steps to reduce the killing and the harm. Please consider the plight of the COVID-19 injection injured patients who are now informed, who know about the huge sums of money given to GPs in corona payment schemes, about the blanket media censorship on injection harms, about the awful denial of truth in the HSE. These injection victims are often compelled to seek treatment in mainstream medicine, the very system that harmed them in the first place. This cruel and twisted indignity is adding insult to injury. They may be feeling deep regret, anger, resentment, powerlessness, outrage, humiliation, fear, or even basic disgust. But their health vulnerability demands that they engage with the system's cruel and dangerous denial of the truth. Consider the injustice of having to pay exorbitant fees to private consultants for a 10-minute visit in a system that has staunchly denied injection harms. This is absolutely deplorable. We once again make a plea to all individuals in éiRe who are employed by the HSE or any industry with advanced insight into the real harms caused by the COVID-19 injections. We ask you to please speak up. You must help the Irish people who are victims because this dangerous injection is still being administered. And just before I finish, I'd just like to add my own words. I would like to conclude by reiterating that all healthcare workers are both morally and ethically bound to a professional code of conduct to preserve and maintain life. You are all personally accountable for your actions and omissions. That is what you have done, are continuing to do, and what you have failed to do. Remember, it is never too late to do what is right. Show you truly care and speak up. Thank you.